And we're back once again, only on it's After
Right.
Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel. Join me here on the line, this young lady here. Well, a lot of big things going on as she is right now, shoots with all the big companies. We're excited to see her. I'm excited to see her. Well, when you have a ManyVids page, a Clips for Sale, OnlyFans, Pornhub, My Free Camps, I mean, she's all over the damn place. I give you the beautiful, the talented, very elegant. I give you Sydney Paige. Sydney, let's start off here with just how much work goes into all this? I mean, you have several clip sites, you have several, you have an OnlyFans page, you are constantly doing content. Like, how much time goes into just literally like one clip, and then
I,
putting in all these different sites?
I will just say this. Yesterday, I worked for 14 hours straight just behind the computer. Like, not camming, not doing shows, not doing anything, just like making sure things were edited, making sure things were on my OnlyFans, making sure Snapchat was up. 14 hours.
How the hell do you do that? How do you like? Why does it take 14 hours? Because most people go, "Hey, I have an iPhone, I can shoot porn. I have a hot girl. There we go. Wee."
Well, yeah. Well, I
So
mean, I have an
yeah,
agent and I shoot porn and I do all that, but I mean, I gotta keep up with Twitter. I gotta keep up with marketing. There are all of these. I was doing Sex Panther while I was doing all of these things yesterday. OnlyFans takes a while to update. I got to make sure to say hi to all my fans, answer all my emails. I'm really big on fan to fan interaction, so I like to talk to everybody. Yeah, it's 14 hours. It was rough. My eyes felt like they were bleeding at the end of it. And then I'm going to Miami at 4 in the morning, and I'm shooting all weekend.
so with the testing the way it is, and it's very expensive. It's almost $400 now with all the new tests, the swabs, and all that. Like
It's
for
about two.
you,
It's about 2:30 here.
all right. So hopefully you have insurance, I'm guessing. So how tough is that? Like lining up shoots and everything so that okay, it's a profitable trip. I'm making money at the back end. Like for you, when you're shooting content, how many shoots do you have lined up so that you're looking going, okay, it's worth the testing?
Well, I have an agent, and he's awesome. I'm with Brian at MAA or AMA, and right now I've got three for this trip. I've got two for the next trip, so that's two tests. But then, I also work with other people, so the tests never go to waste. And plus, I'm single, so the tests definitely never go to waste.
That I get, yes, Joe.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy to pay it, and talent testing charges me like 230 with the swabs and everything, so it's not too bad.
So what are you looking for when you're shooting with other people? I mean, because you get to pick who you want to work with. You get to you get to work with anybody you want. What do you look for? Is it a personality, a look, professionalism? Like, what does somebody have to do, I guess, to get on your radar?
Um, Looks and professionalism are definitely top of my list. A lot of times I don't get to pick who I work with, but I like know them from being in inner circles and stuff. So I don't think I've ever turned down anyone. Like I recently worked with Parker Ambrose, and I'm working with him again this weekend, and I just think he is adorable. They were like, "Hey, would you do this scene with him?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
I mean, vote like for your own stuff because you do your own, content. You get to,
Oh
on
yeah,
that you get to pick.
yeah,
So,
that I
and
get to
here's
pick.
more.
It's mostly, like my friends that are in the area, and I do a lot of solo, and then I do cam shows and things like that.
So why solo? Because I've never I know a lot of girls will sometimes do girl girl. They'll do boy girl. Sometimes boy girl girl. But why solo? Why is that something that you, I guess, do a lot of? Is it just because it's easy in there? And how tough is it? Like always keeping it fresh?
Yeah, it is. It's always easy. Everything's always set up. I don't need a fresh test in case it's one day canceled. I don't have to negotiate with other models. I don't have to get a place. And then also, most of the videos I shoot are customs. So it's hardly ever that I step out and do my own just randomly thought of videos. Like, it's usually an email. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. And then I've got a list of models that I love working with. Um, and I just do that. There's only been two male models that I've worked with that I've hired. It's mostly been girl girl.
So who are, like, I guess, the people you trust for your own content? Like, who are the, I guess, the girls and guys you look and go, I like them, I trust them, they know they know what I want to shoot. Like, who, I guess, is in the inner circle of Sydney Page?
Um, I wouldn't call them the inner circle, but people I love to work with and people that, contact me and I contact them. Kendra James is always at the top of my list. She is so gorgeous, like the most beautiful woman ever. I'm such a fangirl. I feel creepy. Roxy Ray. Um, I work with FTKL a lot. Tickle Intensive, Fetish vids. Those are all like fetish stuff. That's most of the stuff I shoot on my own. When I'm shooting hardcore, I generally just shoot for companies.
Does it help with all these girls? They also are fetish queens. So, like, they know how to do it. They know how to, whether it's
Yeah,
cosplay, tickling,
yeah.
bondage, rope tying. Like, how much does it help having somebody who's very experienced?
It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. I've worked with some inexperienced models because I rent out studio space and things like that. And it's like herding cats sometimes. Like, I know that it's hard, man, and I'm trying to do the best I can. But with a more experienced model, it's just we're in and out and it's the video's perfect. I barely have to edit it.
But so for the fetish,
Yeah.
how, give me an example of somebody you try. You don't have to give a name, but give me a time you tried teaching somebody what you want to do and the problems that came with it. Because I'm guessing for you, it's like your patience runs thin. That's probably the biggest challenge for you, like not snapping at the person, not getting upset because they don't know what they're doing. Like for you, like
Actually,
what were the biggest challenges?
it's the opposite. I'm actually very patient with everyone because I know everyone has to start somewhere. It's more of like I've been here for 6 hours and I've only been paid for three, and it's kind of like, all right, come on now. Um, but yeah, like the models I named, they're fantastic to work with. I can knock out a 2 hour shoot in 45 minutes with them. But I would say I'm not a model whose patience runs thin. I'm pretty slow to anger.
A lot of big things going on. As I said, you're now being, browsers. You have shoot for browsers lined up. You have, America's calling you. You got Team
Yeah.
Skeet. What is that like now when they're calling you? It's not, you're hustling your agent, you're begging, hey, can you get me on this, this, this? It's now you're on their radar. How nice is it when it's like, all right, I've made it. I don't have to worry about, will they notice me? Hey, am I here? It's like they now notice you. They're calling for you.
It feels really weird that they're calling for me, to be honest. Because I've never really sought out too much. When I was an independent agent, I would call, producers and stuff that I knew worked for these companies and just be like, hey, I'm going to be in town. You got anything? And that was kind of the end of it. But when I got hooked up with an agent, it was just like, here's all this stuff. They want you. And I was like, it's like the first time I went to AVN, it was really weird. I was just walking around, like dicking around, and someone asked for my autograph. And I was like, wait, are you sure? They're like, yeah, yeah, Sydney Paige. I was like, what? Like, it's really confusing and weird.
So when you're on set, and as I said, it's different when you're doing your customs. You control the narrative, you control the pacing. Everybody is working as one.
You
On a
think that?
set, it all right. It's a little bit easier because there's less people. I mean, when you're on a big set, how tough is it sometimes when you have those 8 hour days where it's like you haven't even shot yet and you're still waiting because you have a couple people in front of you, you can't leave and you're
Yeah,
just there. It's like crap. What am I gonna do?
that,
I didn't bring a book. What the hell am I gonna do to keep myself,
that is actually exactly.
entertained?
I bring a book.
Really?
Yeah, like I bring a book and some coffee or something. Like I don't mind sitting around and waiting. Pretty much everyone I worked for has been really professional and chilled out. And I've only had one shoot that ran really, really behind on schedule and was really messy. The rest of them have been really right on time, like a full porn shoot in 3 hours.
Damn. So,
I've heard I'm a quick
uh,
shoot.
so it's tough because when you're shooting for a company, you don't get any royalties. You don't get any percentages. It's a flat fee. But
Yeah.
yet the makeup's taken care of. There's food. They
Mhm.
handle, like the scripts.
Yeah.
What do you prefer? Doing your own stuff where there's more work, but you get more reward? Or do you like working for the bigger companies where it's almost like I'm getting pampered? Free food. I'm having sex. I'm getting paid for it. And I'm getting my makeup done. Hey!
Yeah. Well, I mean, working for the bigger companies makes your name bigger, so you can charge a little more and there's a little more demand for you on the side. So I like doing both. Like, I may not get royalties from these huge companies, but it drives more people to my sites.
How tough is it protecting your brand? In that I'm guessing there's certain things you don't want to do on camera. It could be you don't want to be degraded, you don't look like an idiot. You come across to me as somebody who this is Sydney Paige, this is your look, your attitude. I'm not screwing up with that. How tough is that? Maybe it was easier because you got in at a later age. You didn't get in when you were 18, like an idiot. How tough
I
is
mean,
that,
I've been
turning
stripping since
down money sometimes?
I was 18. I started on April 17th, 2007. So I've been in the adult industry for almost 16 years. But doing porn, but yeah, like I've never felt pressured on set. Like I've only had one time where something has been in the script that wasn't pre-approved, and I was just like, no, and that was the end of it.
What was that?
It was a really intense throat fucking.
So what's on the bucket list for this year? Like, and it doesn't have to be just sex. Like, give me some things you're looking at going. I want to get these done within the year. Whether it could be like traveling overseas, it could be more conventions, it could be like doing your own podcast. Give me some things that you want to get done, business wise, non business wise.
Well, business wise, there's definitely some companies I'd like to work for. I'd like to get a little bit out there. I'm trying to plan a trip to Bali. Actually, I love to dive. That's just my jam. I'm looking at buying a house. Honestly, as long as 2023 has been better than 2021 and 22, I think we're all going to be good.
I second that. Trust me. Last two
Yeah,
years have been just yeah.
like if it gets to May and nothing's getting better, I'm going to buy stock in whiskey. Just write it out.
I hear you. Trust me. Get back to the fetish. So, what kind of fetishes do you do? What kind of fetishes do you want to do but you haven't done yet?
Oh my God. There aren't any that I want to do that I haven't done. There are very few that I don't want to do. But when I was a cam girl, I got into fetish because I found out that I was doing fetish without realizing it because I had braces when I was like 26. So I just got into that really quick, and apparently I'm a good actress, people tell me. But I've done everything, like, and I've done some weird stuff. And when I was running a little bit of production because people were shooting out of my house, people still shoot out of my house. Sometimes I'll, throw on Twitter like, "Hey, these girls are going to be here. Like, any requests?" And yeah, I get some real weird ones sometimes, but I'm just like, it's just really interesting. Like, okay, let's do that. Why not?
Give me some of the more interesting ones you've done. Like, give me some
I-
weird
I'll
or
I'll
yeah, like
tell you.
that you've been requested.
I'll tell you the one I'm thinking of. So it wasn't me, but I was doing BTS, and I was holding a big marker board with their script on it. And another friend of mine was filming it. It was in my backyard. And one of the girls was a lion, and the other girl was a deer. And the lion hunted and ate the deer.
Okay, how the hell do you hunt and eat the deer when? I mean, you must
Just
have been reading that going, what are you
like
expecting to me? Like physical blood? Do you want, human sacrifice? What the hell do you mean?
I have absolutely no idea. I have a little garden on the side of my backyard, and like she had little antlers on, and she was like munching at grass, and the other girl had cat ears and a tail, and was like stalking her, and then like attacking, and like the deer was supposed to make like noises while the other girl roared and like pulled her back to her den. It's one of the craziest ones I've done, and I saw a interview recently with the guy that had shot it, asking like what was the weirdest video he'd ever shot, and he was talking about that one, and I posted on it like, "Hey, that was my house. Remember?" He was like, "Oh yeah."
So all of this is going on here, and the biggest challenge always, as you said, is finding time because you want to travel to Bali, you want to,
Yeah,
spend time
yeah,
with friends, you want to have
yeah,
relationships with family,
yeah,
but this baby never sleeps. It's always eats. As I said, 14-hour day you just had.
yeah.
How do you find that work-life balance?
Well, luckily, most things can be done mobile. So, and then I travel, and I travel for work. So, I'll take a extra day or two, maybe three, and go around the city. I just saw my family for the first time in 3 years because of COVID. Um, this job really allows you to make time if you just set everything up beforehand and let everyone know. Most of my clients or fans have been with me for so long that I mean, it's cool. Like I'm gonna visit family for a few days. Like I'll see you guys in a bit. And my friends, they're in the area. They all know what I do. One of my best friends is an influencer, so she knows the struggle. It's never been too difficult. I do have time. I do have trouble finding time to go to the gym, which is terrible.
Well, there you have it. Once again, I give you the beautiful talent of the always working, never sleeping. I give you Sydney Paige. Sydney, before I let you go, where can fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website, the
Um,
OnlyFans, the many vids? Where can fans hit you up at?
so my Twitter is Sydney Page XXX, SYDNEYPAIGEXXX. It has all my links on it. My OnlyFans is Sydney Page. My Instagram is I want Sydney Page. But if you go to my Twitter, it is all there. And I'm always, either talking or snapping, and my Snapchat's free. But I'm always around. Like you can always contact me.
Sydney Page, ladies and gentlemen, always an honor, pleasure. Have you on the show. We come back. A lot more going on here. Only on It's After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel.